Welcome back everybody, and welcome to what I call Christmas in July. Everybody knows it's Amazon Prime, but Amazon's not the only company that has good deals on photography equipment right now. So does B&H and so does Adorama. So I'm going to share some of that I've seen with you so you don't have to do all the searching. So let's get started. So the first camera that I want to bring up, this is a Canon R100. Now this is a bottom line base camera that gets you into the R series of cameras. Doesn't have a flippy screen, so you're not going to have a lot of extras on it, but you will have some basics. And for the price of $299 for a brand new R series camera that is regular $379, it's a steal. So I'm going to leave a link on that. And like I said before, I would never recommend any cameras for you guys or any equipment that I wouldn't use or don't already use for myself. There is this camera and one other camera that I'm going to put quotation marks by, because this is more of a beginner camera. I probably would not use it. If I was just starting, it would be a bargain. So that's why I wanted to include it, because if you're tight on money, it's a great starter camera to get you into the R line. But personally, I have other cameras, but for beginners, it's a good deal. So check it out. And you can also get this with, I forget, they've got one of the kit lenses on it. I forget what size it is. It is the 18-45, and it's like $399 if you get it with the lens. So either way you want to go, if you already have some R lenses, you can just put them on there, or if you need both, you can go for the kit. But check that out. I think you'll be pretty happy with it if you're just getting started. Now the next camera is the Canon PowerShot V10. Again, this is not a camera I would use because it's more for beginners, and I've got other equipment that I use. Nothing wrong with the camera, especially if you're beginning. I try to find stuff for you guys that are on tight budgets, guys that are in the middle of the road, used equipment, and guys that were, you don't really have a budget, you're just looking for the best camera available. So I try to find something for everybody. So I just want to mention about each camera, about what category it would fall into that as far as I'm concerned. So this camera is regular $429.99 on Amazon. It is right now $339, which is not a bad deal. So check that out. And let's see what's next on our list. Now this one, I think this particular camera, I've got the Canon R6. This camera is the Canon R6 Mark II, which I think is arguably the best camera on the market. I love my R6, don't get me wrong. This one's just a tad better, and if you're asking why don't I upgrade, I don't think I can get any more profit out of this camera for what it'll do than what my R6 will do. But the R6 Mark II is a fantastic camera, and they've got it listed with the RF 24-105 f4, which is an all-around lens that will do everything, and it will do a fantastic job. And you can get this camera right now. It's regular $3,600. You can get it for $29.99, so that's $600 off. That's the R6 Mark II and the L series 24-105 f4. Fantastic camera. One day maybe I'll get my hands on one, but for now I'm gonna stick with my R6. But if you're looking between the two, go with the R6 Mark II. You can't go wrong with it. It's a beast of a camera. Now the next item is the Godox V1 right here. I already have a couple of these. I use them all the time. They're fantastic flashes, and they are regular $259, and Amazon has it for $207.20 right now. You cannot go wrong with the Godox flashes. If you're using strobes like the MS200s or the Godox V1 or the Godox AD200, and you have the Godox transmitter, you can combine all these in together and use them all at one time. So if you already have a lot of Godox equipment, it's fantastic to put all this stuff together. Every now and then you might need a little extra pop. If you've got some AD200s up and you want a little bit more, you could take that Godox V1 and use it. You can also put it on top of your camera if you're shooting. And then of course, if you're at a wedding or something, you can bounce it up, bounce it backwards. It turns all directions. So, and if you must have to try to put a diffuser over the front, if you have to shoot it directly, otherwise bounce the camera. But fantastic camera. The Godox V1s are my go-to with my Canon, with my Godox AD200s for weddings. Fantastic. Cannot beat the price. And $207.20 right now for that flash is an absolute bargain. And here we go. Another piece of equipment that I already own that's on sale. This is the newer 60-watt LED. It uses the NP batteries right here. You can put two of them on. It's a great little system. You can tell it's built really well. It's got the fan. Hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you. I fell in love with this. I've used it. It's great for traveling. Like if you're doing videos and you don't want to have to carry your big, huge lights, this 60 watt will get the job done. It's just a great light, and I paid too much for mine apparently, because it's regular $169.99, and right now it's $118.99. And if you want to look around at 60 watt LED lights, let me know if you find one that's $118.99 that's this kind of quality, because I don't think you'll find anybody that has a LED, a 60 watt built like this, anywhere near $118.99. And like I say, I use this one myself. Now, another flash that we have on here is the newer Z2. It is regular $229 on sale for $160.99 on Amazon Prime right now. This flash is amazing. I had it for a while. I love it. I've even made a video about the Z2. You can go back and look it up. I also have a short on it, but watch the long video and you'll see pictures shot outside with the Z2. I love it. I wanted to keep it. In fact, I love the back of it even better than I do the Godox. The Godox has this system, kind of the older style, if you can see that, where the Z2 has the newer, look like the Pro Photo and some of the new Canon flashes on the back. It was a great flash. The only reason I didn't keep it is it not Godox, and I have so much Godox stuff that having the newer Z2 just didn't fit in with everything, so I sold it. If you're just starting and you need a flash and you're not interested right now in maybe getting into the Godox area of equipment, this particular flash, the Z2, would be the first flash I would recommend, especially for $160.99 right now. I'd almost buy another one of that price, but I just have so much Godox stuff. But I absolutely love the menu on this thing. It's an amazing little flash, and if you get it, I think you'll be really happy with it. And Neewer makes good stuff. Now the next, this is more for the video guys than YouTube. It is the Rode Wireless Go 2 dual channel microphone system. Now these Rode 2 mics are good. Honestly, in my opinion though, I use the DJI mic 2, but they are a little more expensive. Right now, the DJI mic 2 is $140 more expensive than these Rode mics. So had I came to these before I got my DJIs, it would have been a toss-up to which one I would have went with. If you watch about Rode, it's mostly Rode and DJI that are always, everybody are saying that's number one and number two from what I've seen. So, but the Rode ones right now are regular $299, and you can get them for $239, which is a really good deal. So if I was looking at some microphones that were say $189 and they were kind of flimsy, some of the stuff you see on Amazon, definitely spend that extra money and go with the Rode Wireless. For $239, it's a fantastic deal. Check it out. If you're just starting a YouTube channel, if you've had one going for a little while and you've had sound issues and you don't want to spend a fortune on the DJIs right now, buy the Rode. You'll be happy with those. Now another item that I have, actually I have a lot of these, probably more than a lot of these, but this is the, if you can see that, it's kind of small, the SanDisk Extreme Pro 200 megabyte V30 U3. This is really good for 4K, and if you're shooting a lot of raw pictures fast in your buffer, this will keep up with them. This is regularly a $25 card, and Amazon has it right now for $19.94. SanDisk and ProGrade are my two favorite cards. It's hard to find sales on ProGrade. They don't really do a lot of sales, but SanDisk is a fantastic card. Now, the one thing you got to be careful of on Amazon is occasionally, extremely rare from what I've seen when I'm purchasing, but when you order on Amazon and you order a memory card, just double check when you get it that it is the size and the speed that it's supposed to. You can put in your memory card into your computer. There's a website you can go to that will test the speed. Just make sure you're getting exactly what it's supposed to be, because sometimes counterfeits, especially big names like SanDisk, a lot of counterfeiters like to come in and flood the market with those. So just double check when you get them. It's not a huge worry. I don't think I've ever had it happen to me. I've just heard of a lot of other people it happening to. So the SanDisk 128 right now is regular $25. Get it for $19.94 on Amazon. So check that out too. Now, you guys that watch the channel know it's coming next. My beloved Ulanzi 40 watt LCD. Now, it don't come with the softbox. I paid extra for that, but I love this little flash. I know you guys have seen me put this thing on the channel many times, so I won't continue on about it, but it is so lightweight and easy to travel with. Again, this is extra. You just take it off, put a mount on front, and it can be a lot smaller. I just like the softbox on it, but right now it is regular $99.95, and it is on sale on Amazon Prime for $79.96, and You guys know I love that thing. I've used it and had it in many videos. So check out the Ulanzi 40-watt light. If you're looking for one, now's the time to get one with that price. Now, I've got one particular camera that I think is the absolute best deal that I can find anywhere between every camera store for a camera, but I'm going to come to it last, so hang on to the very end and I will explain this camera. If you're really looking for a nice camera, Adorama has the Fuji G5X 50S2. It is a medium format camera, but it is $1,000 off. It is regular $3,999 for the body. Right now you can get it for $2,999. That's from Adorama, not Amazon. Medium format for $29.99 is just a great deal. I don't have one simply because of a lot of reasons. I'm getting closer to the end of my photography career, so I'm not going to. I used to shoot medium format film back in the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm just not going to be shooting long enough to start investing money and going down that line at this time. But if you are younger and you're looking for a medium format camera, Fuji makes a great one, and here's a brand new one for $1,000 off. You don't see that very often. So check out Adorama for that. Adorama also has a really good deal on this camera. I almost made it the deal of the day, but I decided there's another camera that I think is the deal of the day. But this camera is fantastic. It's a very popular camera. It's Adorama. It is the Sony a7 III. It is $500 off, and it is selling for $1,298 on Adorama right now. And I will be leaving a link for all these things. Some of these companies were affiliates for us, some of them were not. I'm going to give you a link down at the bottom anyway, because I don't want you guys to miss any deals. So whether they're an affiliate of ours or not, I'm going to leave you guys a link so you can check it out. The Sony a7 III, this is a beloved camera by so many people that have it. I'm not in the Sony arena of equipment. I'm Canon and Lumix. If I was just starting out or I was wanting to upgrade and I wasn't deeply involved in any system yet, I would definitely check out the Sony a7 III, especially for less than $1,300 right now at Adorama. Check that one out. And don't forget B&H. They also have the same memory card that I showed you guys earlier, the SanDisk. They have a 256. Now I've got some 256, I just didn't have them over here with me, but they all look the same. The only difference is one will say 256 instead of 128. B&H has it right now. Regular $62.49 for $31.99. That's a big discount on that. That's a very fast, pretty good size 256 gigabyte memory card. So that is good. If you have a camera that has two memory cards, what I do in that, I use you'll have a front and the back one, or top and bottom, depending on which system you're with. I keep the main one I take in and out of the camera. I'll put a 128 or whatever size in there, but I'll put a 256 or a 512 in the back. This that I never take out, I just shoot it till it's full and use it like an external hard drive because they are so cheap that you can do that. So once I fill up that back memory card, I just take it out, I download it to my NAS drive, and then I put it up as its own separate hard drive. So get you a big memory card and put it in the second slot for your camera that holds two cards, and you've got the perfect backup external hard drive, like I like to say. So $31.99 for a 256 gig, that's a pretty good deal. And another B&H deal, now this is back to the Sony again. It is the Sony a7 II, so it's a little older, but it's $600 off. It is regular $1,598, and it comes with the 28 to 70. It's the 3556, but it's still a great camera. The Sony a7 II with the Sony 28 to 70 lens. That's a fantastic deal right there at B&H. $600 off, and that's less than $1,000. Get that, less than $1,000 for a Sony digital camera with a 28 to 70 lens. That's an incredible deal. My recommendation for the sales, of all the sales that I've gone through and I've seen, I think the best deal, if I was going to pull the trigger on one myself, I would go with the Lumix S5 on Amazon right now. It is $997.99 discounted right now. So you can get the body for $1,197. Now the Lumix, you know, until some of their recently new cameras, they did get a little bit of fight back on some of their focus, because this is not the great focusing camera, so you kind of have to pay a little bit more of attention to it. But it's still a great camera. They can be a little bit quirky. I've played with this camera a lot. I owned it for about 3 months one time. It's a great camera. Again, I'm so involved into, for full frame, I'm so involved into Canon Lumix. I do have a lot of Micro Four Thirds stuff, but in my opinion, the Lumix S5 for $1,197 and almost $1,000 discounted is the best deal I can find anywhere on the internet right now. So check that out. And hey, like I said, guys, I'm not recommending anything to you guys that I wouldn't use myself. There were a few cameras I talked about that were for beginners earlier in this video, but I explained that at the time. There is a link below at the bottom. If you guys have any questions about any of the cameras or LED lights or memory cards or whatever that I've talked about, drop a note down at the bottom, or you can even send me an email if you want a more personalized question, if it's something you don't want to mention down at the bottom. So you can just send me an email. So for helping you guys out, give us a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. You guys have a good day. Thanks.